People. Joel Benjamin 528, aka MC Spookism. We got a special guest for you this morning. In case you don't know who this is, you're gonna learn who this man is. All right, I want you to welcome the one and only brother Alim Bey. You see what the title is: as above, so below. As within, as without. He will be at Nicholas, Brooklyn, November 11th. That's November 11th. Alim Bay, people. Go ahead, Alim. Talk to the people. Say what's up.
Peace, peace, peace. How everybody doing? Basically, we just want to get everybody ready for this November 11th joint that we're going to be doing as above, so below, as within, so without, at Nicholas Bookstore. There with Brother Joel in Brooklyn. Once again, November the 11th. And so you might want to think about some of the things that we'll talk about since we're dealing with as above, so below, as within, so without. So we're going to take astrology for those who have studied individuals such as, let's say, Jordan Maxwell or Santos Bonacci. In fact, Santos Bonacci mentions that people need to check out my information. Many times, actually, he's done that several times. But the thing is that you're going to take astrology and show how it applies to the human anatomy, as well as also how our organs, our chakra system, or what is called shankaras or ritus, which is our endocrine glands, are related to these planets, as well as also show how the particular frequencies of each of these endocrine glands correlate to not just hormonal balance, but also to, I guess you would say, let's say, for a lack of better terms, the frequencies or the vibratory rates of the particular planets in our solar system, as well as their correlations to the constellations or zodiac signs. So we're going to show that as above, so below, as within, so without connection, and we're going to get it in.
All right. Like for people that don't know, like Alim Bay rarely deals with the spookism for real. You get what I'm saying? You seen how he broke down the angels and the correlations to the body, and he done went deeper than that as well. Um, our one of the things that I always give him credit to is a prayer when he said to get the cycle of energy. You say the Lord's Prayer and and then Our Father and the 23rd Psalm. So our back to back, and it brings the energy going up and down, and it creates the cycle. So this man definitely know what he's talking about, known Reiki master. But I want you to go a little deeper, Arlene, because it seems like a lot of stuff is taking place on this earth. I know you got this stuff coming up for the lecture, but I just want to want you to get into it a little bit. Let me give a shout out real quick to Uncle Shug, Miss B, Sarah, Nasut, 18 Lucky, and Ja Princess 1936. Thank y'all for joining in. CTMGM Yitzi, Nikki Naga, Naki, salute to you. And everybody else, the international and the domestic audience, salute. All right, go ahead, Alim. Oh, hold on. Barbara, who's that? Yep, Barbara Ann Harris. Barbara A. Salute to you. Thank you for the super chat support.
Peace, Barbara.
All right, yeah, give it to them, Alim.
Yeah, well,
You heard my question, right?
say it again if I can
A
get
lot of stuff is happening down here on this planet right now.
right.
Certain political events, certain physical events. Like I said, I know you got the lecture coming up, but just give a little piece
Right.
of spookism. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
Right.
How it correlates to what's going on above. I know it, but the audience might not know it. So,
All right. So when we look at the below aspect, because we did the above, you're looking at the influences of the alignments of these particular things in which that have occurred in nature. For example, in our solar system, we had a recent total eclipse of the sun. The moon eclipsed the sun. And during that time, that's according to Native American lore, African lore, as well as also Aboriginal lore. They all speak about a particular omen in which that would take place. This time that this solar eclipse took place, right after we had the Charlottesville incident to take place. Now, we see also that when Baba Dick Gregory passed, which was during that same time frame, we also seen that with Baba Dick Gregory passing, he passed during that right after that solar eclipse. He was taken from us in that regard. We're looking at omens, all right? Baba Dick Gregory fought against, from the civil rights into human rights, against white supremacy. He told us this on many occasions, all right? Then we see the Charlottesville activity take place. Now we got this report that just came out this past Friday, leading up into Monday, which was Indigenous Day, which people around the country are renaming it from Columbus Day to Indigenous Day. And what did we see? That Friday, they put out a report called the BIE, which is the quote unquote Black Identity Extremists. So anybody who identifies as being Black can be seen as an extremist. But the thing is that they put the word Washington and Moors and Black Panther Party and etc. into the report. Okay? So we're looking at things in which that they're trying to accumulate to the process of civil war, or in this particular case, a race war. It's a bait. And so they knew that during that same time, August the 22nd, which was supposedly the birthday or born day, Earth Day of Nat Turner, and he saw a eclipse. The solar eclipse was a sign from him to start his revolution. All right. Baba Dick Gregory passed on that same day. All right. So we're seeing these correlations astrologically in which that is taking events and place here upon planet Earth. And so we just looking at everything as it correlates in order to see where we fit in and what we can do in order to make sure things transcend, and go a little bit better here, as we would say. And that's why you study astrology, or why you look at current events. You see these correlations.
All right. This is the thing. But first off, let me give a salute to Miss B. Thank you for the pounds. Miss B, thank you for your super chat support. Greatly appreciate you. Real quick, Ali, you mentioned Baba Dick Gregory. One of the things I find very interesting, he always said, because I seen him dealing with the roast, the guy from the Playboy Mansion. I just had his name. What's his name, Ali?
You said from the paper?
The guy who just died from the Playboy Mansion.
Oh, Hughes.
Hugh Hefner. Hugh
Right.
Hefner. He always said, I watched him in a roast of Hugh Hefner, and he was like, Hugh Hefner was the first one. They gave him his shot, so he really couldn't roast him. And he always talk about how him and Hugh Hefner was great, great friends. So I want you to touch on that a little briefly, because Hugh Hefner died the same year. Like what? I think of what, few weeks later
Right.
after Gregory?
Right. 2 weeks later. Right. Right.
So I want you to get into that some for the people to understand the correlation, because he always say that's his friend.
Right. Well, we've been seeing that these things have been taking place for years. We've seen that during the time of Ray Charles, during the time of Ray Charles and during the time of James Brown, two presidents was taken, around that same time period. That was Gerald Ford and Ronald Reagan. All right. So we see that these things are correlating, over the years. So yeah, they was good friends, and no coincidence that less than 2 weeks later or so, you know, um, he will have, as he's gonna have, he passed on for him too, you know. So, what is said, I know, me and Bobby talked about this before, that it seems as if when one passed, in order to help one propel into a higher existence, you know, um, when one of our paths, I should say, is to help one of them to transit into a higher position. I know that's what Bobby talked about before, you know, and I definitely can see what he's talking about with the correlations over these last years of looking at how great individuals of ours transcend with a European, which is one of their greats that passed from right behind, you know.
All right. So they like to say, well, the reason why is the earth have so much natural disasters coming more and more every day is because like the planet alignment, how the planet is aligned and the stars. I don't know if you want to touch on that briefly.
Yeah, well, what they're talking about, is, I'm gonna put it like this. When we're looking at the correlations of the constellations, and we're looking at our sun is giving off more cosmic rays of what is called coronal mass ejections or solar flares. These solar flares are bombarding the planet Earth, as well as the other planets in the so-called solar system. Now, what that does is causes mutations or changes in the DNA, as well as also it produces more active volcanoes, more tidal wave activity, more earthquakes or shifts of the tectonic plates, and many other things occur because of these coronal mass ejections being propelled from the sun from sunspot activity. All right. This is really what's going on. This is what they call global warming or the greenhouse effect, with the infrared energy getting trapped in the atmosphere. This is why they have to do things such as now put up chemtrails into the air, allegedly to seal out the rays of the sun, and because of the depletion of the ozone, which they blamed us for since the 1970s. They claimed that because we were using Afro Sheen cans. Yeah,
I remember, yo, they
yeah,
without research it, you damn right, yo, people forgot about that. Yeah, go get into that.
yeah, they said because we were using Afro Sheen, which has monofluorocarbons in it, that we depleted the ozone. Now, what really happened was is that the sun's solar winds depleted the ozone because their time was up and they only had 6,000 years to be on this planet. And so we was depleting the ozone based on our thought process of Elijah Muhammad coming telling us that. And so that was the prevailing information during the 1960s, was that his time was up. So in order to stop us from thinking that by the 70s, we went to afros and so forth and so on, but they had to start putting in the crack, by the early 80s, as well as also HIV and all these different other things. And then by the 90s, had to start putting chemtrails into the sky, and GMO food. So all of these are tactics in order to keep them upon the planet longer, and to decimate our population. This is what mass incarceration is partly of, and for. There's no way that we should have 50 to 65% of the prison system when we only down 6%, to 13% if you add the females, so-called Moabites, females into the scenario. We only 13 to 14% supposedly of the citizenship, pseudo citizenship that is, of the United States.
All right, this the next thing though, because you mentioned about the, I think you got feedback. You got feedback going on. All right, yeah. They were saying how you mentioned something about the chemtrails. So it's like you can't really get to see the stars like you were able to before, because people, like you said, as above, so below. But people don't even know what's above if they can't get to see the stars because of the chemtrails and certain frequencies. Like I said, I know you got the lecture coming up, which is this year, November 11th at Nicholas, Brooklyn. But you want to touch on that? And real quick, let me put out the call in number for anybody that wants to call in. That number is 929-374-3828. That's 929-374-3828. Ask Halim your questions while he's here, because we ain't gonna be too long on this live stream. I'm gonna let you know now. So call in and ask your questions. Go ahead, Ali.
And say it again, Joel. What was the question?
The chemtrails.
Mm-hmm.
Because people go by as above, so below, but they come to the point where they're not able to see the stars now.
Right.
They're not, because of them spraying chemtrails, which we know about the HARP system as well.
Right.
And we have the HARP Nova. HARP Nova is the advanced one. I believe Japan or China, I forget which one have it, and
Right.
Russia, where they could shoot out the actual beam, like
right.
of the sun, right?
Right.
Being that they're doing all this, blocking it out with the chemtrails, using the HARP, how are people supposed to really be accurate with as above, so below, as within, so without?
Right. Well, the thing is that even though they can block out certain energies, or at least what they call themselves doing with the chemtrails and with the HARP is producing what is called artificial clouds. So we know that we've seen the clouds, what they call the chemtrail, expand into what we call clouds and then expand further into what is called chemdome, where it just blocks out the particular rays. However, that doesn't stop the correlation between the particular alignments that you can get, by doing Google Map, or by, having an instrument in which that give you the ability in order to see and watch the stars. At nighttime, especially here in the South, you have some good days where you can actually see the stars, no problem, because it's dark here, especially if you're in the boondocks like I am, and you in the woods. So that's no problem. I'm here, but yeah, with all that ambient light up there in New York and everything, yeah, it's definitely hard to see the stars up there, and with those gray days that y'all have. So yeah, definitely. But with the chemtrails, we finding out that they putting fetal cells into the chemtrails, bacterial spores, even viruses they're putting into the chemtrails.
Real quick, yeah, we know about the viruses, and one of the main important things, which viruses that they're putting in there is important. But one of the main important thing is aluminum, because I heard you break down aluminum and how that blocks certain things when it enters the body. So as above, because they're spraying you, you're inhaling it. So they're going by as above, so below too. So I touch on that real quick.
Well, we know that aluminum has the potential to be a forgetful agent. All right, this is what was used actually along with fluoride during World War II. Actually, the Nazis used it in order to see how they can dumb down and make docile the people. They experimented on the people with this, the Europeans, in particular, the so-called Jews, the Jewish converts or whatever you want to refer to them as. They use these products, the aluminum as well as also the fluoride, in order to see how they will react. And so we know that aluminum is a forgetful agent. Once aluminum becomes deposited in the brain, it can produce Alzheimer's, schizophrenia. What's the disease? Parkinson's disease. So it can cause all these ailments, for people. So it's definitely something in which that, we need to, stay away from as much as possible, especially in an unnatural state, such as what they're doing.
A next one that, since you mentioned the virus, a lot of people is getting Magellan's disease, and even in the colleges, they want you to go take the shot, the flu shot. Now it had this late, it had I forgot where the white lady is from, but she'll get the bentonite clay from us because when she drink it, it goes away. Because the bentonite clay, it has negative ions, so it pulls everything
Right.
out the system that's bad for you, that's
Right.
positively charged ions. So her thing was, as soon as she stopped taking it, and she's still living in the area where they spraying the Magellan, the stuff is like a gelatinous. It
Right.
looked like a damn shrimp, microscopic shrimp under, and it grows out the skin and it hurts. I want you to touch on that.
Yeah. Well, what we found out is that they're coming from what is this nanobot technology. Nanobot technology is also being found within these chemtrails, being disguised as mold and bacterial spores, i.e., viruses as well. So these nanobot technology is actually what is being caused. It's causing Morgellon. So when they have actually looked at it underneath the microscope, it has fibers, just like you said, tentacles, essentially, in which that is there to stay trapped inside of the body. So these tentacles latches on, to various portions of your blood and so forth and so on in order to stay within the bloodstream. So what she's experiencing, like you said, is a detoxification and the removal of these toxins and these poisons, this nanobot technology, but it comes back after a while that she doesn't have the bentonite clay. That's because this is constantly around us in the atmosphere nowadays, and this is worldwide. So this is not just, this is every damn government nearly on the planet right now. Like you said, Russia and China, they have HARP technology, but you go to Russia or China, they have crazy amounts of chemtrails. You go to Canada, chemtrails. You go to Mexico, chemtrails. You go to Germany, chemtrails. You go any other part of Europe, chemtrails. So chemtrails are being sprayed all over the globe in every country. And now we find out that the HARP system, as you said, has become more advanced, and there are even that governments of the world are targeting not just their own people, but also people who are right next door, or whatever the case is, for what is called weather war modification, which I did one of the first tapes on that on Katrina back in 2005.
Fact.
Right, telling people about that, about how they was going to start targeting people with weather war modification weaponry.
And that was, I think you did a 2-part series to that, and it was excellent. You was the first. You were the first. I had other people that did it, but you were the first, and you showed the doctors that was assassinated that worked on the HARP project. Like, that was crazy how the majority of the scientists were either they died by either car accidents or cancer. And you showed the pattern: car accident, cancer, 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 car accident, car accident, car accident. So that was crazy. Yeah, you were one of the first. Let me give a salute. Salute to Dominic. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Job Princess 1936. Salute to you. Thank you for that. She said, love the information. Greatly appreciate you. Uncle Shug had a question. Uncle Shug said, I thought Harp was terminated. No, Harp was not terminated, but I'll let the brother, since we dealing with as above, so below, because you know there's a documentary, Harp Holes in Heaven, which Alim pointed out. I'm going to let Alim answer that one. Go ahead, Alim.
Right. It wasn't banded. It was shut down, but moved, in which that now not just the United so-called snakes has it, but other countries around the world, they have actually put up a grid pattern of weather modification weaponry almost on every continent but Africa. There is no weather modification weaponry in Africa, but there is in Russia, China, other parts of Europe, South America, and North America, and even Australia. So the European has now even gone even further into his degenerative mind state of now trying to fuck with Mother Nature, you know, and I'm sorry, but Mother Nature is unfuckable, you know. so
Yo, I don't want to get shut down by YouTube. Watch the language. Watch the language. Watch the language, please. Go ahead, continue.
right, sorry about that, but unforgettable. She is unforgettable. Okay, she do not and does not forget what takes place because she herself is a living entity. That's how else could we? How could we else, you know, be alive? All right, Mother Earth is a living entity, so we just can't look at, you know, Mother Nature in a sense of that is something that you can just utilize and abuse and nothing, there's no karmatic effect. No, it's alive. Mother Nature is alive. And when we're dealing with Mother Nature, we're talking about the natures or the gods or the forces of nature in which that they're going to have to contend with. Even Marcus Garvey said, look for me in the whirlwind, you know, and I will bring back countless millions of hundreds and millions of brothers and sisters who have passed during the Middle Passage and who died in Africa, who died in, you know, here, you know, in North America and so forth and so on. He said this, you know, in one of his speeches. So, you know, when we're looking at the hurricanes coming off the coast of Africa, you know, and then they making strange turns and different things like Jose did when it came, you know, made a whole 360 turn and everything, you know, in the water, like doing ballet. You know, if these are just strange storms, and this is actually weather modification weaponry in which that is being utilized, in which that is being targeted by via the various harps. You know, so that's the, I would think that's probably one of the reasons why they don't have any weather modification weaponry in Africa. You know, otherwise it would be in South Africa through the, you know, Europeans who are in government there. You know, but on every other continent, they have the Europeans, you know, with this harp system, which is being activated against the various people on the planet.
Check this out. I got a few questions on here. I keep telling people I give y'all a call-in number. We ain't gonna keep doing this because I gotta go back and forth with all this reading, but the call-in number is 929-374-3828. Let me see some questions here real quick that's in the chat. I want to get through some. Miss B says, what do we do to save ourselves? Well, that's where you, like, I already put out stuff on there. Alim put out information on there already, but like I said, the clay is one of them. That's where you're taking stuff internally. But then when you want to deal more on the spiritual level, Alim Bey is going to get into all of that 11. All right, 11. What a good day you choose. November 11th, he's going to do that. It might be a live stream. Give me a while to set up the Eventbrite. Excuse me, Eventbrite. and people could get to see that lecture for the people out there in the European nation. All right, that's Miss B out there in the UK. I see somebody else. Uh, let me see. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, Janae Jones said, "Did you see the preview for the movie Geostorm that talks about weather weapons?"
Exactly. Yes, definitely. And that's the and it's coming out next month, as a matter of fact. And yes, 11/11, but technically it's no, which is 9, which is actually 9/11. So actually, it's going to be our play on the destruction of what they have coming against us as far as trying to target our people, and we're going to be coming up with all types of solutions concerning that, spiritual solutions and mental solutions. Because that's what you have to utilize. And yeah, for some people that might sound spooky, but so did that chair before somebody thought it into existence and took the elements in order to form it, for you can sit your behind down on. So is those, particular, cell phones that you have that you are on every day. Before Henry Sampson decided to put that together from off of Lewis Lattimore and Granville T. Woods, thought process. It wasn't, who we refer to as Alexander Graham Bell, who made the phone apparatus. That was Lewis Lattimore, all right, along with the help of Granville T. Woods. So these are just things that we have to look at. The mind is all. The all is mind, and everything in the universe is mental. So that's what you have. When you read the book of Genesis and it speak about God created man in his image and after his likeness, the images and likenesses in which that you utilize is going to be your mind, because that's where you are able to see images and likenesses is in your mind before it becomes manifested into the physical form. So this isn't spooky. You know what I'm saying? Joel be doing a rendition on it because he know that back in the days, my name, Bobby name, Phil name, and others was on a flyer in which that was called the Depth of Spookism. And we was
Facts.
and we was the so-called spooky niggas, but yet, they read the 42 principles of Tahuti, or Hermes Trismegistus, when the first principle of Hermes Trismegistus is mentalism. So I don't understand how that can be spooky.
Facts, 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 facts. Barbara Ann says, is is that the real reason for the D-Wave computer that is capable of controlling any type of computer, whether it is in your body or a cell phone, or, well, you get the picture. That's what
Yes,
Barbara Ann Harris asks.
yes, exactly, exactly.
Go ahead, give her answer.
Okay, there we go. I was saying yes, exactly, definitely, Barbara. And I appreciate you for checking this out. She came a couple of weeks ago to our event. So I love Sister Barbara Harris, no doubt. And yes, that's the reason why they have all that so-called technology, hoping that they can have a centralized computer, just like they have a centralized bank that controls the flow of currency, i.e., fake currency, as we refer to it, IOUs, which is fiat notes, FRNs. But they also want a centralized computer in which that would be able to control and track every individual on the planet. We know this because of them wanting to do by this year. As a matter of fact, they already started in some aspect putting out, based on the Obamacare plan, um, implants. All right,
Repeat that under whose care health care plan you said, and when did it start? You said
under Obama's health care plan of 2017, which is right now. So, and they're talking about doing the national ID card for U.S. citizens by 2020.
Gosh damn, it's like everything just keep coming at you from left field. Let me see if any other questions. I'm putting it out there again because we got like 5 minutes left. Y'all, the calling number is 929-374-3828. That's 929-374-3828. Call in and ask your questions. Don't wait till I'm about to cut off the stream, because get Alim now. He's here now. Call in, ask your questions now. Y'all wait any longer, then it's a wrap. You understand what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna be like, oh, hold on, got a question for this. No, now we're not doing that today. Let me see if any. Alim, give real quick, give out your information.
All right. For those that want to check out the website, is dralimlbey.com. That's DRALIMELBEY.com. All right. You can also check us out every Wednesday on Blog Talk Radio, First World Order Radio, our show, as well as also you can check us out on Twitter. You can check us out on, let me see, on Instagram, WordPress. You can also check out our products, Ancestral Teas, which are herbal teas. So, I mean, you know, we're trying to get in. For those that's interested, you can definitely check out my book, First World Order, First World Order, as well as also another book that my wife and I have out, which is called The Divine Hymns of Akhenaten, Unction. And I have a new one coming out called The Kingdom of God is Within You, as well as also Out of the Womb, Into the Mind. So we getting books out.
Real quick, Alim, I just got a caller in. Jade Jones got a question for you. Go ahead. You watching Joel Benjamin 528, aka MC Spookism. We got Dr. Alim Bey on here. You see the title, As Above, So Below, As Within, As Without. What's your question for him?
Well, first, peace to the brother Alim and Joel. I wanted, I guess it's kind of, switching topics. Recently, Alim, I got some of y'all charts where you do the readings astrologically. How would knowing about like your Akasha records and like past life help you move forward so you could be, I guess, more in line and more in tune, like with the universe, as you say, like as above, so below?
All right. Well, when you do an astrological chart, you will have to look at the areas such as your north node and your south node. Your north node tells you of the gifts that you had in your last incarnation. Your south node will explain to you the gifts in which that you came back with from your last incarnation and the gifts in which that you have the ability in order to distribute this time around. So all of that is found as far as your Akashic records, which means being able to tap into the ethers. Your etheric purpose comes by way of your north and your south node alignment.
Go, yeah, all right. She said, okay. Go ahead, talk to Alim. That's it.
Okay, so you said it's the south node deals with your last incarnation, and then
the north node. The north node deals.
Okay, I'm sorry. From the phone, from hearing you on the screen, I can't hear it like as clear. But I'll go back and look at the this video after the live stream, and I would like to like contact you more, maybe just to get a little bit more in depth. I'll just send you an email.
Okay, definitely do that.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in. Yeah, so let's see, people. I gotta give my boy Sarah Nesuda a wrench. Give him a wrench. Get him a wrench. Boom, you got the wrench. Sarah Nesuda. Be looking out. Okay, All right, I guess ain't no more calls for Dr. Alim Bey. Again, 11/11/17. That's November 11th, 2017. Dr. Alim Bey will be here at Nicholas, Brooklyn, 1396 Fulton Street. We're gonna work on it, getting it live. Look out for that on Nicholas BK on Instagram, or Joel Benjamin 528 on Instagram. Also, Joel Benjamin 528 on Facebook. I will post up the flyer. I will post up the flyer and let y'all know if we're going to get the live stream popping. Um, da, 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 da. Let me see. Papa, what's up, Papa? Salute to you. Got a few people up in here. Let me see. Let me see. Seven Heaven up in here. Um, Terry Diamond, salute to you. Oh, we got a next call. Hold on. Oh, Barbara Ann Harris. What's up? Talk to us.
What's up, MC Spookism?
I'm good.
My question was based on when he said that statement about the nanobots being dropped in the chemtrails. I didn't know that.
Right.
So if the nanobots are being dropped in the chemtrails, does that mean that the people are being transformed whether they know it or not?
Right.
That's the answer.
Yeah, he said right.
Okay, all right, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Right.
Peace to you.
Thank you for calling, Barbara, and showing support as well. Greatly appreciate you.
You're very welcome.
All right. Salute to Barbara, y'all.
Yeah, let me say this to expand on what she was asking. Just like they're terraforming the planet externally, they are terraforming your planet, which is your Earth, internally. So not only do they have plans on terraforming the outer planet of the outer atmosphere of the planet Earth, but the inner atmosphere, all right, of your Earth. This is what the nanobot technology, the GMO food, and the word GMO means what? Genetically modified organism or genetically altered food. That's what it's called, genetically altered food. So what is it altering? It is altering your DNA. So they're terraforming your system also. So in the word terra means earth, but it also is the origin of the word terra.
Nope, Alim, nope. See, Alim, you got that grin on your face. You know what I'm going to say. Giving them too much. Nah. That's where we got to end up the stream. We made sure we tell them call in. They had their chance. People, you're going to have to check out Dr. Alim Bey. He will be here at Nicholas, Brooklyn, 1396 Fulton Street, Brooklyn, New York, at 7 p.m. We're starting at 7 p.m. It's going to be November 11th, 2017. Again, November 11th, 2017. So definitely you won't want to miss this. And you know what? I believe I will be live streaming it. We'll let you know the price of the live stream, or as they say in the quote unquote conscious community, I'm so called not a part of. All right. They like to say the love donation. All right. So we're going to let you know how much that is as well. So definitely look on my Facebook, Instagram, and like I said, Nicholas BK on Instagram and Nicholas Brooklyn on Facebook, Joel Benjamin 528 on Facebook. Definitely, Dr. Alim, going to have the flyer up. What's your Facebook that you're going to have the flyer up on, Alim?
All of them.
All of them.
Yep.
Right. Give them one, though. Give them one so the people know where to go. Give them one of the Facebooks real quick.
All right. So that's Dr. Alim L. Bey, Alim L. Bey, and Asaru Alim L. Bey. All three of those on my Facebook pages. So check us out.
Facts. People. You've been listening to Joel Benjamin 528, aka MC Spookism, and always love to have him on the show. Both of us, we be so busy. Hey, give him a hand, give him a hand. We're gonna give Dr. Alim Bey a hand. Come on, people, let me see those claps in the chat. I gotta get my sound effects back again. My sound effect button. Don't worry, coming soon. Um, Salute to the international audience out there and the domestic. All right, hold on. Give them the salute, Alim. Give them the salute. There we go. Peace, people. Don't forget, 11, 11, 17. Lecture going down here at Nicholas, Brooklyn. Okay? Don't forget that at 7 p.m. Dr. Alim Bey coming to Brooklyn, New York. I'm so excited because once we get together, it's going to be a spooky event. Don't get scared. Don't be scared. All right, right, Ali?
Exactly.
All right, peace.
Peace.